sure they'll share a kiss or something over here, but anyhow.
Or something.
Here's a toast to the bride and groom. Half a century ago, they say, a wonderful marriage began that day. Two people joined as one and worked together to make life fun. We celebrate now those 50 years. We raise our glasses and give 3 cheers to partners in life in both work and play. It's our honor to share your golden day.
Good vibes, loving him.
Okay. That honestly shows we're not staying at their place tonight.
I told her, no tongue.
Good afternoon. Good enough. All right, well, it's going to be a great celebration of 2 great people. And hopefully the songs are familiar to you. Have a little fun, a few stories in between. And I'm going to start out by talking first about 1969. I mean, what a year that was. The 747 Jumbo Jet made its debut. The Concorde began its test flights. The biggest folk rock festival in history was held in Woodstock, New York. And the Apollo 11 Eagle landed on the moon. Pretty incredible, right? But nothing was bigger than the wedding. Miss Vicky. No, wrong wedding. Any excuse to do that gig. Now, the one I'm talking about took place in Wallaceburg on July 26th. And we're going to begin to tell you how this terrific union began. And we realized that the way it began was with this perfect formula. I have to make sure Rick's back in character. Sweet, sweet, the membership came. 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 One don't you start yet. I said, look. But it was too late.
Where'd you gotten out the Kleenex?
If any of this gets tough and we turn our backs to you,
Don't be offended, we're gonna go like this.
See your good side?
Yeah.
well, there have been a lot of great discoveries by mankind, you know, like penicillin, polio vaccine, the human genome. But for Dan, his big discovery was that I had a sister. You know, Dan, you and I have been friends for years and years and years. And after gymnastics, we both learned this thing of diving and tumbling. So for some reason, my parents had an old mattress at their house, and we'd be in the backyard for hours at a time doing tumbling and diving and all that kind of stuff. Having a great time. One day Dan comes up to me and he's going, I got something to ask you. He says, would you care if I asked your sister on a date? And of course I did what any brother would go, you know, it's like, no, but why? Well, with that permission, it didn't take Dan very long, because that very week, I think they were on a date at a house party down at Stu Montgomery's. And I guess from that time on, Dan had a different kind of tumbling in mind.
Skinny little girl, but all of a sudden she's out of this world. I'm living right next door to an angel, and I'm gonna make that angel mine. Since I saw her this morning, I'm on cloud number 9. Down the garden of Eden, in the house next door to mine. Took a look. Oh, what a shock, 'cause I'm a little bit of heaven right. On my block, I'm living right next door to an angel, and I'm gonna make that angel mine. I can't believe that this is the girl next door. Funny little face, funny little 16, and oh, what a treat. Ain't it strange how she changed into such a lovely angel? Saw her walking down Main Street, and I couldn't believe my eyes. It used to be such a plain street, but now it's paradise. I feel so happy, I'm feeling so good. I'm the luckiest devil in the neighborhood. I'm living right next door to an angel, and I'm gonna make that angel mine. Doody bop bop doo bop she dun dun doody bop bop doo bop she dun dun doody bop bop doo bop she dun dun doody bop bop doo bop she dun dun. Angel.
Well, the next phase of this, I should have this in chapters. And I guess I do. It's called The Logistics of a Long-Distance Romance. And anyway, these two dated without interruption until Dan graduated grade 13 and went off to Royal Military College in Kingston. After that, they just never seemed to get it together. Dan quit RMC in the spring of 1967 and returned to Wallaceburg, only to have Lynn graduate that summer and leave for Teachers College in London. So Dan went to Waterloo to learn about the next big thing in computing. And he later got his first job at B.F. Goodrich. Was still, back in Wallaceburg. So she applied to the Waterloo Board of Education for a position, and she got it. So at that point, they were finally back together again. At times like this, it must have seemed difficult at times, being separated. And Dan, I'm sure it's hard to think back then, but you must have missed her terribly.
Right? Yes. Yes, dear.
But you both got through it by simply dreaming what could be. Dream, 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 dream. Dream, dream, dream when I want you in my arms and I want you and all your charms whenever I want you. All I have to do is dream, 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 dream when I feel blue in the night and I need you to hold me tight whenever I want you. All I have to do is dream. I can make you mine, taste your lips of wine, anytime, night or day. Only trouble is, gee whiz, I'm dreaming my life away. I love you so that I could die. I love you so, and that is why whenever I want you, all I have to do is dream. I can make you mine, taste your lips of wine, anytime, night or day. Only trouble is, gee whiz, I'm dreaming my life away. I need you so that I could die. I love you so, and that is why whenever I want you, all I have to do is dream. Dream, 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 dream. Dream, 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 dream. Well, like any relationship or marriage or anything else, we've all had tough times, but some of the toughest times for Lynn and Dan were through their courtship. And Dan's days of living in this terrible little boarding room in Kitchener. Mom used to worry terribly about you, Dan. The poor grocery, as she referred to him, the poor grocery boy was all by himself. He was a grocery boy. Well, money was really tight, and as Grandma Franklin used to say, Pam, they didn't have two sticks to rub together. But their romance flourished just like another famous couple.
They say we're young, we don't know, we won't find out.
Well, I don't know if that's true. You got me, and baby, I got you. Baby, I got you, babe.
They say our love won't pay the rent before it turns our money to all this friends.
Well, I guess they know they don't have a pot, but at least I'm sure of all the things we got.
Babe,
I got you, baby. I got flowers in the spring. put your little hand in mine. There ain't no hill or mountain we can climb.
Babe,
I got you, babe. I got you, babe.
There's a backstory behind this song. We had this included in our performance. And Lynn, the intervention queen, calls up and says, you know what I'd really like? I'd really like if we could all sing I Got You, Babe. We can do this. So I played along. Then she starts saying, and I'm going to print out these sheets and we're going to do this. And finally I'm going, Lynn, we're doing it. But anyway. So, have I stalled enough?
Yeah, almost.
See, Rick's the guy, with the budget they've given us, they said, I got one mic. We're short on roadies. Anyway, all the pieces were now in place for a future together. So somewhere along the way, and I hear it was around Christmas, 1968, Dan proposed to Lynn, and a wedding day was set for July 26, 1969. We weren't there, but we think the proposal may have gone something like this.
It's not all about you.
Hey, Dad, you go, man. Okay, that's it. I'm done.
Well, don't pull anything over very. Okay,
Just
you're
gets
doing
played
it.
extra.
Got your Kleenex?
When their wedding day,
Okay.
when their wedding day arrived, there was a bit of a family conflict of allegiances. You remember this?
Yeah.
Cousin Ken Franklin and fiancée Maggie scheduled the same date, even knowing Lynn and Dan had already selected that Saturday. You don't remember that? Oh. Oh. Anyway, they probably have their reasons. No matter, for those of us that were there, it was a marvelous event with a big band and lots of Franklin family singing, including with Uncle Tom, Dad, Clara. It was great. Anyway, the perfect first dance of the reception was to Lynn and Dan's favorite love song by the Righteous Brothers. And hopefully it goes something like this. Or it might not be your favorite song anymore.
There's no, if other people join us.
Godspeed your love to me. Lonely rivers flow to the sea, to the sea, to the open arms. Lonely riverside, wait for me. Wait for me, I'll be coming home, wait for me. Oh, my love, my darling, I've hungered for your touch all along, only time. I need your love. Godspeed your love to me. We got them married, so we did it all by ourselves. Anyway, after their honeymoon, Dan's mom and dad came up to deliver a large sofa to their walk-up apartment, where Bob promptly proceeded to have a heart attack. No kidding, he really did. Too bad John just left. Luckily, he retired. Retired. He recovered too. But still, this wasn't the ideal start to your relationship, Dan. But things did improve, and they got a little black and white dog named Bandit. Later, they moved into a townhouse on Trainer Avenue, and in 1973, they really stretched themselves to buy their first home on Sterling Avenue. Now, it wasn't perfect, but it had renters upstairs to help pay for the mortgage.
Lady, female renter.
It was a really tough job for Dan to go collect the rent.
Oh, it took hours.
lot of begging.
So it really was Dan's little piece of heaven. When evening is come and evening is nigh, I heard my little heaven. You turn to the right, to the right, to the right. And a little bright light, that lit my little heaven. You'll see a smiling face, fireplace, cozy room. Little miss that nestles where the roses bloom. Just Lenny and me, just Lenny and me, and baby makes three. We're having my little heaven. When whistles call and it is night, I heard in my little heaven. You turn to the right, to the right, to the right, and a little bright light, that leads to my little heaven. You'll see a smiling face, fireplace, cozy room. A little mess that nestles where the roses bloom. Just little me, and baby next three. We're having my little heaven. We're having my little heaven. Not mine, not mine, not yours, not yours. It's Dan, for sure, for sure. Said it didn't happen to you, but it was our piece of heaven unstirred out of you. That was to cover everybody that ever did that song. We like the treatment of the Spike Jones allegory. Okay, now I'm talking to the seniors in the room when I'm talking about Spike Jones. Yeah. Do you have any idea who he is?
Why?
You didn't seriously say. Brian, you didn't seriously say you didn't know who he was.
He's forgotten.
It's that age thing.
Soda.
Anyway, well, as that song just said, and baby makes three. Jen was born on July 9th, 1975. You ever calculate backwards to figure out what they Now, the couple have now become a family, and it's truly amazing how life-altering the birth of one little girl can be. I walk in the rain by your side, I'll cling to the warmth of your tiny hand. I'll do anything to help you understand, and I love you more than anybody. time together, because there have been so many highlights and life-changing events that they've experienced. Like, other homes, extensive travel. And by the way, I'm not telling any secrets here, right? They are the best travel companions. And of course, the retirements affected their lives a little bit. But what really affected their lives most were the births of the grandkids, Evan and Julia.
Yes.
And yes. And unfortunately, the other life-changing event was Dan's diagnosis with retinitis pigmentosa. Now, Evan and Julia, on the positive, have enriched their lives beyond measure.
Yes.
All the visits, all the time spent at the house, at the trailer parks, just tremendous time together. And as my wife is always pointing out, wouldn't it have been great if we all stayed in the same city? Sorry, Lisa. Dan's diagnosis, on the other hand, presented them with a potentially huge challenge. But they have both come to accept it and deal with it. And they've accepted it all with grace and humor, and they continue to live life to the fullest. So, anyway, it's good on you guys. Anyway. When we were putting this together, though, we were kind of thinking, still in all, you must have looked at each other someday. And asked each other the following question. Well, without going into, as I say, there's just so much, and I'm sure Lynn and Dan are going to touch on this when they talk to you. But in summary, this journey of theirs continues. And I mean, it's an amazing thing. The love of travel and cruising in particular It'll never die, nor the love of friends and family. And this was such a big deal for Lynn and Dan to have all their friends over the years.
And us.
He thinks that puts us pretty high, but I was just going to say one of the great loves in their lives is wine. So we're
A little bit.
anyway, the success of this union is testament to the fact that on July 26, 1969, they really were hoping to dance together for the rest of their lives. Now, look, being such a smart group, I'm sure that you've guessed what our last song is. And we would like you to join in the chorus with us, but not the first one.
Rather blunt, wasn't it?
Be careful, I may say no. No, really, instead we'd like to pay homage to our Franklin family tradition, singing a cappella harmony. It's what we grew up on, and every family gathering. Just, you know, it's not complete without it. So, with your indulgence, and Rick with his presence of mind, we'll cue you in when we want you.
Not until.
Okay. Could I have this dance for the rest of my life? Would you be my partner every night? When we're together, it feels so right. Could I have this dance for the rest of my life?
I'll always remember the song they played the first time we danced, and I as we swayed to the music and held to each other, I fell in love with you.
Okay, everybody join me. Could I have this dance for the rest of my life? Would you be my partner tonight? When we're together, it feels so right. Could I have this dance for the rest of my life? That magic moment when I held you close for all I'll ever be. Okay, again. Could I have this dance for the rest of my life? Would you be my partner every night? When we're together, it feels so right. Could I have this dance for the rest of my Okay, we're going to take a short pause here, then I think it's going to be dessert time, is that correct?
That's right.
All right, thank you so much for joining in on some of those songs, that was great, and we hope you had some fun. And yeah, dessert time, and then we'll be right back with some speeches.